It's always exciting when you're on duty on a big news day.
BBC News at 3 o'clock, this is Adam Porter.
When you're on duty and something like 9/11 is happening, or if it's a general election, you're writing really the first draft of history. I mean, people will obviously come back and revisit it in years to come, and they'll maybe say that we got a few things wrong. But as a story is unfolding, we do the best that we can to give the information that we've got at that time. I thoroughly enjoyed Aberdeen. I thought it was a fantastic city. The campus I thought was lovely. I spent a lot of my time at Aberdeen not just doing my degree, but also doing all kinds of other things. So I ran the Political Studies Society for a couple of years and turned it from something that hadn't really done a great deal for a few years into a society that did all kinds of events. If you can take society, for example, and transform it, if you can use that experience to learn all kinds of things like marketing, like approaching people to come and speak, all that sort of thing is going to be useful to all kinds of jobs. So actually some of my best memories are not of doing the work, but of doing societies and other things outside of work. But as long as you're doing things that are helping you in your future career, I think that's what's important really. Got my first job at a local commercial radio station in Dorset, and after I'd been there a couple of years I became the news editor at a brand new station that was being set up in West Sussex, and I was there for about 5 years or so, and then I joined the Radio Newsroom at the BBC in London, and for most of that time I was just doing a writing job at the BBC. But a few years ago they decided that the announcers on Radio 2 who had been reading the news were all going to be replaced by us journalists. So all the newsreaders on Radio 2 are now journalists, and some of those of us who had broadcasting backgrounds were chosen to come and be the newsreaders at Radio 2. And we do Radio 2 news and we read the news on 6 Music as well. It's a real challenge to come up with information that is as accurate as we can be, and yet tells the audience that this is unfolding, things are going to be changing, things are uncertain, and it's really quite exciting. Having a politics degree, I think, for a journalist is quite a good one, because there are always things in politics that are happening. And I did a module on elections, for example. Well, I mean, that's great to know about how elections work. With a politics degree, you can tailor it. Choose the modules that you think will be useful, and I think a knowledge of politics is going to be useful in virtually every walk of life, really. My name's Adam Porter. I studied politics and history. I went from Aberdeen to BBC News.
Life across the world is being affected. What temperature?